It shouldn't be a coincidence when we hear reports about the parts of the Republican Party and the people who support them are pro-Hitler, pro-Nazi, and blatant racists. We see it all the time when they defend what people say or just outright ignore it. Within the course of 1 week, people associated with a wing of the New York State Republican Party were exposed after months of text messages were made public. Now, I did a video on this not too recently about them making jokes about supporting Hitler, loving Hitler, jokes about sending people to the gas chamber, when they were laughing about rape and using blatant language to describe Afro-Americans up to and past the N-word, and spraying anti-Semitic rhetoric and homophobic slurs. Now, that was last week, and I made a video about that. But this week, Donald Trump's nominee to lead the Office of Special Counsel, Paul Ingresa, and I don't care if I messed up his name and he's a racist jackass. Anyway, he withdrew his name from the running after it was revealed that he said that Martin Luther King Jr. holiday should be, and I quote, tossed into the seventh circle of hell, denouncing other black holidays such as Black History Month, June and Juneteenth, and he said he had a Nazi streak in him. He's telling us from his own words and his own text messages that he is a Nazi. And despite all these people who made these texts, who sent these messages, including Gracia, it's just kids being kids, according to Vice President J.D. Vance. As I said before, it's bad enough that people will defend this and chalk it up to, freedom of speech. But it's worse when a person in government, the number 2 man in the federal government, the vice president, is defending this and dismissing it. Kids being kids. They weren't kids. These were adults, fully grown adults, who knew exactly what they were saying, who knew whose words could hurt, damage, and destroy, and more importantly, dehumanize. But let's go with J.D. Vance's explanation, excuse. If these were just kids making those comments, they should still be condemned by the president, the vice president, and everyone else in government. But considering the fact that we have Donald Trump as president and J.D. Vance as vice president, and I want to highlight one other person, the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, who destroyed his military career because he's a white supremacist with tattoos on him. But that's where we are in today's GOP. Even when it comes to people associated with their party praising Hitler and Nazis, making blatantly racist comments, they're either A, going to ignore them, even if they are in government, or B, they're going to defend it. It is a sad time in America and for the Republican Party. I personally remember a time where the Republicans used to say they're the party of Lincoln. They're the party that gave us the Emancipation Proclamation, that freed the slaves. But now they're the party of Hitler. Not because they may say they wear the brown shirts and the knee-high ankle boots, and they scream "Sieg Heil" whenever Donald Trump walks on stage. But they don't condemn, and they don't speak out against the people who do. I still haven't heard one word from any Republican speaking out against those who march today, to this very day, in Nazi uniforms in American cities. Though it was probably a whole decade ago, Charlottesville, Virginia is still fresh in my mind. Where Donald Trump said, there are bad people on many sides. There's only one bad group of bad people that day. The ones doing the Nazi salute, carrying the tiki torches, screaming, "Jews will not replace us." Their words, "Jews will not replace us." It's a sad time for the Republican Party. As I said before, they used to be the party of Lincoln. Now they're the party of Hitler. CTP knows you. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.